And action.
Hi guys, welcome to the wrap party of the brand new television show Gavin Hook, the series coming to Amazon Prime. We have the stars of the series here ready to answer questions about what they thought about their experience filming the Gavin Hook series.
And your name is?
My name's Melinda. I work as PA and second in command with Tony Brown. She taught me everything I know.
Woohoo! All righty. Ready? Okay, what's the instructions for the actors and what they're going to be doing?
Each one of them drew out a question. Very profound question that they're either going to ask about they're answering about the show or Miss Brown. So we will see what they think.
Ooh, all righty then.
All right, he's going to be first. We'll take a volunteer. All right,
I'll go first.
Go for it.
I'll go
I'm going
first.
right over
All right, state your name, your question, and then your answer.
My name is Lamont Bryant. I play Keats, aka Devin. And let's see, my question is, what will you take with you that was a teachable moment? I'm a smiler. So I would take with me not to smile all the time. Always stay coachable, and to listen. Always listen and be directable. That's the main thing.
Yeah, sure.
All righty.
You know?
Hi, I'm Sheena Addison. I play Sydney in Black Shadow. And my question is, this is perfect. What scene caused you the most emotion? Whew, I would have to say Sydney. I don't know if I think she regretted a decision she had to do. And it caused her to really go through an emotional stage. She was confused. There was lots of crying. And, it brought a lot of emotions, knots and tears and all. So I can't really give the details of the scene because I don't want to give it away. So you just got to stay tuned so you can see.
Okay.
I'm Jericho Horn. I play the role as Dina. I am Gavin Hook's wife. My question given to me is, if given a choice, no matter the gender, what other character would you have liked to play? Oh man, it's so many. First off, hats off to Tone because all the characters are amazing. But since I am a female, it would have to be Black Shadow. Only being she has, well then again it might be Sydney. She has this thing where Sydney is very lovable, but then she has another side to her that's like, only if you like push my buttons, I turn like kind of like evil. So it would definitely be Sydney / Black Shadow. So yeah.
Okay.
Good job. White
My name is Darren Rowan. I am Gavin Hook. And my question is, what did you feel when you first read the script? First of all, thank you. Hats off to Miss Tone.
Yes, absolutely.
For trusting me with her leading actor in her very first miniseries.
Yes.
I'm deeply humbled that we crossed paths and
In such a way.
seriously.
Yeah.
And you didn't find my Denzel Washington joke to be annoying to you when I made it. So thank you, seriously. But again, so what did you feel when you first read the script? I didn't read the script. Tony knew I had done a couple stage plays. So when I checked into the hotel, I sent her a text message and I said, "What should I read? What are we filming first?" She said, put it down. You're going to stress yourself out.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. See you tomorrow. So I really didn't. I kind of scanned over it, but I never read the script until the day of, and I'm not used to that because I've done stage plays. You got to know your lines before technical.
Right, right.
So she made me feel.
Took you out the box.
She took me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah.
Allowed me to grow. I can't say day by day because we all just did so much phenomenal work within a week.
Yeah.
So hour by hour, scene by scene, frame by frame, she allowed me to grow and like you said, learn to be coachable and accept constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And unbeknownst to her, she put around me some very strong actors
And actresses.
and actresses. But I've already given credit once, so I want to do it again publicly on film.
Yeah.
011, Mr. Ridley. He was a tremendous blessing to me the very first time we met, and we went to the gym and worked out. Long story, but he really helped me. And then when I met this guy, Charles, he never approached me with I'm this, I'm that, I've done this, I've done that, even though his credentials speaks for itself.
Right.
And he put me in the mindset of like, hey, look, you pretty much need to step up without saying step up, because your name is on the front of this. And if you don't get yourself together, this ain't gonna be right, because we here to help you, you're here to help us. Step up, be a man about it,
Yeah.
accept your role.
And he said, go be great.
He said, go be great.
Yeah.
And he gave me some very powerful coaching.
Yeah.
So thank you for allowing the Spirit to use you and to calm my spirit on the way down here. And then allowing God to use you to put people around me, all of us, to make this a series we can all be proud of.
Yeah.
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 So thank you, Miss Tony.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Sunday. And thank you for my hubby.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, such a beautiful couple.
Right.
I'm Charles D. Clark, and I play Bishop Trinity. And I just want to say God gets the glory first, as always.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the phenomenal cast. My sis, Tony Brown, thank you so much for giving me this grateful opportunity. And it goes to my question, what made you accept the offer to be a part of Gavin Hook? Well, first God did. I'm spiritual led in anything that I do. I don't care about credentials, or I don't care about who's in the cast or production. If God wants me to do something, I'm just obedient. Secondly, me and Tony had previously talked on social media, which is a very powerful platform, as everybody knows, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And Bishop Trinity was never part of the original storyline. She created it for me basically because I told her I want to do something that's inspirational. My testimony, me and Bishop Trinity have a lot in common. When you come from a background like myself, you know, my father died, gang banging at the prison, and then you're a public figure, you get into the acting world in Hollywood. Sometimes you go back, you think about going back to your old self, or you're challenged by things from the devil. So it's an unorthodox measure of trying to find your identity, who you are. So by her giving me Bishop Trinity, it's sort of like therapy for her. Because he's wrestling himself. I mean, he's not a traditional bishop. He loves God, he serves God, but when it comes to his family, his friends, he's willing to sacrifice his soul for that 1 second. And finally, the road challenged me so much, I saw myself in a different factor. And I think when you have someone like Tony with a creative and brilliant mindset of bringing something out of you that you never thought that you had, you might have seen it, you might have felt it, but you never really seen it on film.
Right.
Agree with that.
It's brilliant. She's fearless. And our committee, high profile directors and filmmakers, and I can say that she's up in the top,
Yeah.
big time.
Lioness.
And even if I wasn't a part of this, I would still support her. And I encourage everybody to get ready for Gavin Hook series. I'm gonna say it now. Remember this video's interview. We are gonna win an Emmy.
Absolutely.
We are gonna win an Emmy. We are going to win an Emmy.
In the atmosphere. Everybody put it on your vision boards.
Claim it, receive it.
Yes.
Amen.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you guys. Well, this is Tone behind the camera doing the filming, and I have my own question to ask. So, in working with me on the film set, what's one or maybe two experiences you feel that was an impact for you personally, as well as for you as you go forward in your career? Well, okay.
Yeah.
Don't everybody speak all at once.
Oh.
Yeah. Ladies first and the guys will go. How about
Okay,
that?
I can say for me, I was nervous. It might not have shown, but when I'm nervous, I kind of tend to speed up the process. But I feel like with each character, she senses certain senses from us. I don't feel like we all get the same kind of direction. So based on your character and personality as a person, she directs you to help you get the best out of that role / character. And I feel like for me, I had to really like reach deep within, especially for my Black Shadow character, because I'm a bubbly, happy person anyway. So her direction and just letting me know, like, you know, take it slow, breathe, really feel the character. Take your time if you gotta breathe, close your eyes, whatever it is, just really embrace it. There was a word she used. What was that word? She used it a few times.
As far as like pace or
No, it was basically instead of just doing the action, she was basically like make a reason behind the action. Don't just perform it. In a sense, there was a special word she used, but I don't remember it. But in other words, she just helped me really fulfill the role I needed to do by not just performing it, but I put a meaning behind my actions. So I thank you for that.
What was it? The intensity?
There you go.
Okay.
Intensity.
Get intensity. Got it. Thank you.
Hey. Oh yeah, I did raise my hand.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the question?
Did she have her hand up?
I did. I think it was something about the hardest.
What did you get from the working with me as the filmmaker?
Yeah. Okay, so I can't give too much detail, but there was a very powerful scene that lasted for a moment. What I got out of it, as far as like my career and my like situation as an actress, as a mother, as a daughter, as a sister, sometimes you just have to let go and just be in the moment. And I don't always let go. I'm more of the hold on, wait, I can fix it. And at that moment I had to let go. And it was scary. But I'm a crybaby. But yeah, I had to let go, and it's a lot that's going on with me personally, career-wise, family-wise. But I feel like you have to like kind of separate the two. Don't bring family into film, and don't bring film into family. But yeah, that kind of like gave me that slice. It's like, okay, get it done, and let go. So yeah. That was it.
Awesome. Okay. Who do I need to scroll to now?
Keith.
Okay.
Okay, I will say this, that Tone, one thing that I noticed about you is that you sit back and you watch a lot, and you watch who we are individually, and who we are individually, you help us to turn who we are into the character that you envision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that I love and that I respect, is because you envision something and you're willing to shift the way that you see it to try to help us make it our own. And that's something that,
and it's not forced.
right, it's not
so
forced at all.
natural.
Right.
Like,
And a lot of directors, they don't do that. They have an envision of who they want you to be, and they force you to be that person. Whereas you embody it and make it, or you have us make it our own. And I think that that's something that makes it flow, it makes it more natural, and makes it more authentic. So thank you for that.
And this is you working with Tony? No.
Yes, and this is working with Tony. Yes.
Thank you for that. Wow. Okay.
I'll go. Because his voice is deep. He needs to go last. The pastor bishop needs to go last.
You start, man. Go ahead.
But you have really helped me to come out of a shell. Just going through some personal things in my life as well. Some personal adversities, and trying to shift everything in my being to be to show a different side, and how God can still use you, or use a person even in their brokenness. And when even when we all make mistakes, and even when I found myself faced with the other side of Darren that I'm trying to defeat on a daily basis, when you cast me for this, and I told you, it's like I literally just cried, just sobbing, because you were a confirmation sent that trying to live right, trying to present yourself different, God is faithful.
Always.
Amen.
Yes.
So I want to ditto to what my fake cousin said down there. You allowed me, because you knew I was struggling, you allowed me to build Gavin Hook around me. And I understand that when you first created Gavin Hook, it wasn't for Darren. But you allowed Darren's personality and character to work through you. And in doing that, you also built up not Gavin Hook, but you built up Darren. And I appreciate that about you. So working with you, you taught me so much. I told you the other day, today, pace. And that just doesn't count for screen or theater for me. But you showing me a 4 count and continually fussing at me until I understood a 4 count. I sometimes I have a way at work where I might talk to one of my employees, I might speak too fast, or I might react too quick. So this has taught me how to breathe and take in
Question.
and then respond. So that's what I learned, the biggest thing, without being too emotional.
I know. Right.
That's the Emmy right there, Emmy speech, man, and I felt that real talk.
They're gonna be pushing you off the stage.
That was good, man.
No.
I felt that.
I felt that
I felt
too.
that.
That's good.
Thank you.
Oh man. Well, with me, I speak my mind. I just speak what God told me to speak, so just bear with me. The first thing I was what I learned about her style of directing is scene absorption. Basically, she set the setting for the character. Her style of creativity as far as building character, Tony always say 3 beats, 4 beats. A lot of people don't realize, not for you to get into your character, so to speak, or get into your lines, whatever. You, as an actor, that's your responsibility.
Right.
The bonus is absorbing the scene. For instance, the room's supposed to be cold. I'll make sure that the walls are light blue. I'll put a bucket of ice in the room. It gives the feeling of being cold. So when we had a scene yesterday with Mr. O, how she dimmed the lights and she set up the background was just phenomenal. I felt like that moment that we was actually in that scene, like it was for real. I forgot about that. It was a Tony Brown production. I felt like we was actually living it. Secondly, what I've learned most importantly is family in Hollywood. That's something very, very important. A lot of times, actors and actresses, when we get offset, It's just what it is. Okay, I work with you, bye. Tony sacrificed something, a part of our life to show us that we are family. And I will speak on this, Tony. I don't want to bring it, I know it's kind of a sensitive subject, but God is telling me to do this. So I feel as though it's that when your husband went to God, he gave you a support of a family that believed in what you was doing because you believed in us. And I think that because your drive, the memories of your husband and the things you've been through, you're so passionate about this because there's no way a person of a normal mind can create such a series as Gavin wrote.
Absolutely not.
Never. That's a pain, purpose-driven approach. One of the best I've seen since I've been doing this for 10 years.
Amen.
So for that, I feel like that we owe you that, and for your husband, is accountability that we're going to stand by you, we're going to support you. And you taught us that family is more important than Hollywood, it's more important than image. It's simply saying, no matter what in life, action or cut, as family, we're always together.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Well, thank you for that, you guys. Well, I just want to say that each and every one of you have been an extreme blessing for me to give me a great strength to get through making sure that this project was completed and done for Amazon Prime. And I am so honored that God sent each one of you to be a part of this project. And I had an ideal of my own on who I thought was supposed to be the characters that you each are. But I chose you, but God chose you to be in these roles. And I learned from this entire last 4 days of filming with each one of you that you were actually handpicked. And I had to go through some actors to find you. And I'm thankful that I did because you delivered so spectacular to these characters, and you made them far greater and more bigger than I even thought they could be. That we're already talking with the investors for 2, 3, and 4. So it just looks like this thing's going to take on a bigger life than what I even thought. But it's coming through what you've already put on film that I've been able to send over to them for them to look at and say, you got you something going on good there. So, yeah, you're right, Emmy. I want you to take a look at each other before you leave this place. And remember, this is where you began to a whole new journey, but also a next level opportunity. Not just through Tone, but the other opportunities that God's going to open up for you. Because this is to remind you not to give up and quit. This is a step for you to rebuild your dream again if you've lost it, and move forward with it to make it even bigger and greater. So I just want to say thank you for sharing your gift with me and your time. And I do not take not any of it for granted.
Thank you.
So thank you. God bless you all.
Yeah!